wasn't ready for it yet. They wasn't ready for it yet. We gotta wake these motherfuckers up.
Wake these motherfuckers up
appropriately.
Bro.
What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, back in here with yet one more video, joined by a very special, returning, reigning,
it's good to be back.
Undefeated.
Listen.
Sam.
It's good to be back,
bro.
Man, I appreciate the platform every time. What's good, man?
Hey, man, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Always hands like Birdman. We back at it.
Hey, we back at it, bro. Listen, so we're gonna hop right into it. You know, we don't need to do no introductions like that. Asha C, done videos on her in the past. How men master compartmentalize.
That's a long word, bro. I'm glad you got through that.
That sentence doesn't make sense. How men master compartmentalize. Whatever. Sam said he want to go through this video. We'll go through the video. I haven't watched. Have you watched the video yet?
No, we just kind of clicked on it, started a little bit, like about 2 minutes of it, and we was like, yo, we got to do it.
Yeah.
One time for the one time.
All right, so we're going to get right in it right now. Anything to say before we get started, bro?
Listen. Subscribe. Feedback.
You know, that's how you show support. Subscribe, like, you know, share. That really helps the channel. That's how you can show support. You know, there's no monetary contribution. Don't worry about none of that. Just no Patreon, no none of that. Just share with somebody, support. All right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks for reminding me, bro, because I always forget to say that. Without further ado, let's get right in it.
So, because guys are able to look at things from an objective perspective, they're able to separate, of course, logic and emotion. So, with that being said, when you approach him with the fact that you're upset about your current relationship status or lack thereof, and he's answering nonchalantly and feeling blindsided, saying, wait, like, where is this coming from? Like, come on, like, we were doing good. Like, we were doing well. What happened all of a sudden? And you're just like, I'm just tired of being treated like this, like, all this stuff. He's looking at you like, I don't get it. We were doing fine. Like, you were accepting everything that was going on, because as long as you don't bring up anything, which has to be established in the beginning, then he's just going to keep on keeping on. So at this point, now that you're upset and you feel like you're tired of waiting around for him to finally choose you, you know, for him to finally make a commitment to you, for him to finally figure out what it is that he wants to do, to him it's like, all right, well, I don't know why you're being so emotional about it, because in my head, I already checked off that box of I already knew what you were. I already made the decision that you weren't going to be my girlfriend, whether it was conscious or not. One of my favorite quotes that Steve Harvey said was,
Let's stop.
you were...
All right, bro, I heard you say something. What you want to talk about it?
I think so. A lot of what she said, I think, has some truth to it. So,
okay.
Sometimes you look at a video, you're like, no.
Yeah,
Men are able to compartmentalize when it comes to emotions and logic.
Way better. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, way better. Mm-hmm. I think so. And initially, we take it for what it is. Mm-hmm. We're not jumping right to the relationship part from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that's... And so sometimes when you're chilling with a chick or you've been dating for a little bit and she hits you with the, we've all been there, what are we? I mean, what are we?
Yeah.
I mean, I know cats that just literally look at their phone and get nervous, like, because in their heart, they already know this is going to either go one or two ways. Mm-hmm. You either going to go along with it, or this is pretty much over. She's putting down the glove.
So yeah, and I think there's different tactics to handle that very specific question of what are we, and you know, if your goal, like in your mind, and most dudes know like how far that they want to take it after meeting, like after being around her for a significant amount of time. Let's say that's 2-3 times that y'all go out, you pretty much have in your mind how far that you would want to take it. So I do agree with her when she says that like you place people in different buckets depending upon, you know, what they show to you, the data that you receive from them. And you might place her in a potential, you know, relationship bucket, and then you might place her in the butt bucket. Or you might put her in like networking associate bucket. You know, there's a bunch of different buckets. You know what I mean? Or I never talk to you again.
But when they hit you with it, do you think, do guys literally like, all right, I'm gonna stop in this moment in time. We've reached this time period. I need to reassess.
Well, no,
because I think women do that. They literally like, all right, well, it's been this. We've gotten this far, and I'm upset. They've gotten themselves emotionally worked up. Literally, you've been kicking. You could have been kicking it with her last night. She had such a great time that she went home and said, I really like this guy. I enjoy everything. We've been doing all this. I want us to be more. And they come bringing that energy, bro. They come bringing that energy so hard that they've already upset themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what should be more?
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, the guys are just like, well, what?
Yeah.
Like, have we had a discussion? You already upset. You already crying.
Yeah. And this is like, I did a video recently about, you know, when should a woman set the expectation of what it is, whatever that she's looking for. Mm-hmm. You know, so, you know, it's a slippery slope in a sense that, like, if she sets it too early, like, it can scare a dude off. But if she doesn't set it too late, then she gets in a situationship, and she may not want to be in a situationship. Mm-hmm. You know, but like, you know, it's a balance, yo. You just have to understand your situation and know what's best for you at whatever time.
But why the workup? Why the emotional? Why are you bringing all that heaviness when it's like, okay, maybe you want more. Maybe we can have that conversation. Mm-hmm. If I don't want more, if I don't want to go ahead, then you can say, okay, this is where we ended it. I enjoy it.
I don't think it needs to be heaviness. Like
it does.
The heaviness is on her, but like the heaviness is really how you choose to answer the question. It's heavy to a dude if you choose to lie and then you live in that lie. It's not heavy if you just say, you know, this is where I'm at in my life right now. I don't want to focus on a relationship. You take it or leave it. Like, it's not heavy for me.
Right, but for her it could be. Even the thought of saying, like, say she comes in there and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna ask if you want to go there, I'm gonna leave it. A part of her, I think there's an element to her just feeling like, I might be living a good thing. But so leave it.
Well, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because not, you're gonna be so worked up. And I'm sorry, when a girl's at that level, I'm already.
Yeah, but it may not align to her goals.
Right, which is fine.
And I'm not saying her goals have merit, right? Like, I don't believe in the whole strict like marriage shit. Like, and that could be a goal, right? Like, I'm not saying that it has merit, but she could have a goal. You know, these people have a goal to fly an airplane. I don't have that goal, so they have to do certain things in order to go on the path to fly an airplane. Right,
but like, it's not so very emotional. But they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna do this and this. You can't have a time frame. I'm not saying I have a timeline or you can't revisit. But I do believe that there's literally, like she was saying, they coming in full hot. And maybe men have created expectations, because men do create expectations. Like, oh yeah, I'm all about marriage, something that might not be married to you, but I believe in it, or I don't believe in it, or I'm in a relationship. And so in their own mind, they've created something that has emotionally compromised. And it's a compartment. Yeah, maybe marriage one day. Maybe I want a long-term relationship. That's a compartment for me. That's not like, you know what I mean? If we open that door, then I'm going to go into that compartment, but I'm going to decide whether to turn it or not.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I don't really feel heat like that. Like, if it's a question that comes up, I'm just like, nope, this is what it is. Right.
But you never had a female come to you.
Yo, no, that's what I'm saying. But then you just... So the thing is the reason why for me it's not heat is because I tell the truth. Like, I just say where I'm at in life, what I'm looking for, because I don't have time for the back and forth. I don't have time for the he said, she said, or you said this at this date and now it's not looking like this. Like, it just is what it is. Like, I just lay down kind of what I'm doing.
From the get-go.
From the get.
Like, even with your honesty, do you ever have a chick come to you and be full on like...
No, they try to change you.
They try to change it.
Yeah.
But I think that's where we're getting at. Like, men can do that. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're honest up front. Now, I'm gonna be 100. I finesse sometimes. I finesse.
Yeah, listen. To each his own, bro.
Listen, to each his own.
So explain finesse. Like, what do you mean by that?
I understand what a woman wants.
Got it. And okay. So you appeal to her goals.
Right.
Okay. So if she says something about marriage and you're not about marriage, you might...
No, I say finesse. I'm not saying I falsify. But I understand that emotional, the need to want to be married. Because I believe in it, as far as spiritually, I believe in marriage. But I literally
But you don't want to get married to her.
It might not be her because I don't know
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Right,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but see, I literally tell myself because some women literally think that's bullshit, bro. Like that's you're being fake in that sense because I understand and I want those type of things, but it might not be you.
Either being played with or planned with. Really actually think about that because it's one of the two. There is no other option. So again, when you sort of are in a state of emotional distress and you're approaching a guy or starting to act funny and giving him the silent treatment or acting weird, he will be confused. And that's not to say that some guys don't know what they're doing because they do. But a lot of the times, guys will feel blindsided by your sudden change of behavior or your sudden interest in taking things to the next level after a while because in their mind, they've already placed you where they wanted to place you. And by that time, it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm assuming she already knows what's up and she's already accepting of, what is. So by that time, they already got all that they needed to get from you. So whether you stay, whether you go, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. And that's why guys are able to play it so cool when you're trying to make a departure to get them to care, and they are not really showing any sort of...
So you like what Asha C saying?
To an extent. Now I heard us talk about a little bit about like planning and playing. I think again, I'm one of those guys. I don't bullshit. I understand all the dynamics. I'm not one of those like, oh, okay, I didn't know what I was doing. No. I know what I'm doing. I know I have a sense of what she's thinking about. I understand like when we get to a certain point, like, oh yeah, we're kicking it every day. I understand that naturally comes into play, like thinking long term. Right. So I salute to that. But I don't necessarily think like if you're not planning, you're playing. That to me, I mean, she's about to unpack it some more, but I don't know. I gotta see where she goes with it.
Listen, man, and this speaks to telling the truth, because, and I say this because you'll get some women that are cool with you doing your thing. Mm-hmm. They're cool, and whatever time that you have available to give them, they down to ride. And this is not separated by class, by caste, by socioeconomic situation. It's just you get some with more of an understanding of your value and how you operate. Mm-hmm. And some just want to be involved in that. And if you act like, that you're not right, like doing all of these things or, what have you, like, you'll get some that'll fall off because your unwillingness to compromise. But then you'll get some that are like, okay, I see where you're at and I'm willing to meet you at wherever you are.
But I want to tell like the women out here, there are men who understand, they're manipulative.
Yeah.
Like I understand what you're saying. This truth will set you free, and just to be honest, and we're helping it. But at the same time, we can't act like men out here don't know what they're doing.
I never said it.
And no, I'm not saying that you said that, but I'm saying we have to give that sense of like, this doesn't come out of nowhere. These reactions, these feelings don't come. Some men, and I have been guilty of this, cause that type of emotional distress. Right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the emotional distress can go on both sides of the coin.
It can. But really, when it comes down to that question, then while that person stays cool, I've created this emotion because you've already given into that, we fed into it or whatever, but you have to always think like, no, if he's not at that level yet, he's comfortable with this is, then you need to make a decision. Don't be emotional about it, because I can walk away and I'm not going to be, I don't know about everybody else, but maybe I'm not going to be all distressed and distraught. But I think it's important. I think sometimes we get on here and kind of like, act like some of the stuff that men don't really, we do. No, we are very well, especially some of us, what I call high-valued individuals. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me we don't understand that dynamics of emotions and relationships, and we don't understand like, all right, I'm taking over my loft real quick. I'm gonna present myself as someone who's successful and understand the sort of feelings that can convey because they want to provide or protect. Like, you know, bro. You know how you present yourself. You know what you rolling. You know what you're doing. Like you could be a super 100, like this is who I am, but you know it has an effect mentally on women. There's a part of swag to it. There's a part of I hate to say manipulation, but there's a reason women go after that type of individual, and we are aware of it. If you're not aware of it, you just go out here, you got the drip, you got the swag, and you don't do nothing with it. Salute to that. You're just naturally gifted. But a lot of guys I've seen over time develop the tools to attract a mate, and they use it to their advantage.
What
I think we got to
I feel like, I think you're setting up arguments based off things that you're saying. She's not talking about that.
No. I actually, I think we went on tangent just because I think I wanted to make a point to your viewers is that I agree with her that some men know what they're doing, and I kind of went off on that. Okay. That specific point, not compartmentalization, the whole concept. But I wanted to be clear. She kind of briefly went over it, but some men know what they're doing.
All right, well, let's see what else that she's saying that men do.
Sort of emotion or an emotion of wanting to fight for you in any way because you're not really connected to their emotions. They didn't invest anything in you. So, sex just happens to be one of the added benefits. Men will compartmentalize you into emotional unloading, cleaning lady, pretend wife, laundry lady, and even mommy number 2. Better have a home cooked meal when I get home because that's what my mom always used to do. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, we are not together really at all. Here I am cooking for you, cleaning for you, doing laundry for you, like you're my man. You're not my man, in hopes of you being my man, and you are still not my man. Do you ladies see why that's wrong? Because it's kind of like, why buy something now that you've been getting for free? It's like, well, this is great. If I can get her to do this much, by the time she figures out that she's doing a lot, I will be ready to move on to the next prospect.
Bro, she's telling the truth, bro.
I mean, she's talking about a situationship. I mean, we've all been a part of them. And she's right in a sense of like, if you're getting it for free, why would you then want a title on it to secure it?
Exactly. I don't think a lot of men will level up. I think a lot of men would level up if a woman literally, I'm not saying like, so some people take this like literally, like you ain't getting none of mine. If you ain't buying the cow, you can't get no milk, like some sort of extreme situation. So let me be clear. That is not the answer, right? There is a form of attraction and a form of courting that happens, right? Right? So you can be appealing, right? So I don't want people to be drastic with it. But if a lot of women said no to things and kind of like, all right, well, if you're ready for that, this is what I expect, and be clear about that honesty part that you're talking about. Because as much as they want the man to be honest, you gotta be honest. You don't do shit that's it didn't be like, oh, I expect this with it. You didn't express those expectations in the beginning. If you already doing that cooking, I'm just like, all right, cool, you cooking. All right, you doing that. But if you think that comes with a title or things like stuff like that, don't do the shit. And be clear about it from the beginning. That's just how I feel.
I'm confused why you're so passionate about this. I'm like listening to you and I'm like, yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I think
we can be, like why would I put add extra titles to something if I'm getting it for the title of situationship? Why? I mean,
I'm not so much passionate about. Well, I'm passionate about everything. I get excited. But what I'm saying is,
trying to understand, like,
what I'm saying is, I feel like this is going to be a major element in where you're not emotionally drawn and breaking yourself down and going through that craziness. If you're saying, all right, until I get to this, because women already, if I'm doing this, I expect this. They get the cart before the whatever horse or whatever. They're already at that point, and she's like, no, wait, pause, stop. If you're not setting clear expectations from the beginning, and you were doing all this, why you mad at homeboy? He's gonna be like, there's no incentive for him to do anything else.
Yeah. No, I get that.
It was but I've
it happens on both sides of the coin, though. I mean, there's dudes out there that are paying, that are supplying a significant other with too much funds, and they're getting taken advantage of. And regardless of there's a title on that or not, there's dudes that are getting taken. I mean, it happens on both sides of the coin.
Right. I think people are like, oh, I spend money on, I expect you to bust it wide open.
Understand,
like I said, this is
why a lot of this is just common sense, right? So
you think it is, but why is it happening?
Because feelings are stupid.
Okay, so basically, what you're telling me is that
feelings are stupid.
It's something.
No. Let me tell you what I'm telling you.
Okay,
feelings are stupid. They are. They make no sense. What will always make sense is logic. We are based in logic. Dudes, men, we should be hard-coded on 2 + 2 will always equal 4 no matter what. The reason for this video is she's talking about how men compartmentalize these different dynamics. And if you have a dude that's looking about something in a very logical way, you know, if you go to McDonald's, and every time I go to McDonald's they give me free meals, why am I gonna sign my name on some dotted line, so you know, or pay some money to get the same meals? Like why? Like, it doesn't make sense. So I feel like there's women that will stay in situations because they have their feelings tied up in something. But it goes on the other side as well. There's dudes that have their feelings tied up in situations, and they're looking like, man, but look at her ass though, right? And then buy bottles in the club for all her friends. Right, like, oh, but man, the way that she does X, Y, Z, or the way that she looks, or the way that, right? So like, it's on both sides of the coin. I think men in general can compartmentalize logic and emotions and feelings a little bit better, a lot of bit better. But essentially, what she's just talking about is, hey, men do it better. Be more logical.
Right,
which sounds like common sense to me,
but it does. Like, but it's not. It wouldn't be the reason why she's saying it. Because we're
belaboring.
Can I say this? But can I say this though?
Go ahead.
I know you think feelings are stupid.
They are,
but feelings exist.
So what?
So you touch something, you feel something. These things, there's communication that's verbal and there's that's non-verbal. It's a whole entire psychological thing. Right, it's how we interpret information.
Yeah,
right. Yes, men.
It's a stupid way to attribute information, but continue.
But it's still. I mean, it's still a way we get information.
The more logic, the better.
And if you use a lot of the emotion, it's like what's your router or whatever. Like some stuff doesn't work very well. I don't know, right on the IT, but whatever. What I'm saying is, if you're going through your emotional filter, you're going to lose a lot of the information. And you're going to act in a way that might be impulsive or that doesn't even make sense.
Yes.
But men.
So you're agreeing with me?
I am agreeing with you. What I'm saying is I don't like to just go on a video and be like, yo, feelings are stupid. Like,
you said that they exist, but it should not be a man's base. Ever.
No. I'm saying that's the difference between men and women. Women do operate a lot in emotion. That's why, you know, you're carrying some of the more natural maternal instincts. You know, when you can't talk to a baby and have a verbal, logical conversation, they're very good at understanding. Oh, you just rock them a little bit and feeling that and they soothe, right? You put it in the guy's hand. He's like, I don't know. Is you got to use the bathroom? You got to do. There's a reason why. You know, naturally they have this ability. What she's trying to say is, you're working yourself up at this man, and he's not even maybe he's not aware, but even if he is aware, he's just not gonna feel it that way. He doesn't emote in that way.
Yeah,
I just want to be clear. Like sometimes we get on here and be like, emotions are stupid. And they're like, oh, here goes guys. I know the feedback from them automatically, and I want to be clear. Like, we understand emotions, we just don't use it as a main filter.
I think your understanding of emotions is based on your degree of empathy. There's some people that don't understand emotions, or these are the awkward people that you know, right? These are the people you get in conversation, you're like, they just make you feel weird when they're just talking to you, you're just like, oh God, what just happened? No, there's a lot of people that don't, women too, there's awkward women too. They don't understand the emotions that are happening around them and can adequately respond in a way that makes like an abundant sense. I stick to my point. Emotions are stupid. They will never get you, you know, like an emotional reaction to something will always leave you, like it's reactionary. It's, and I talked about this on previous videos, it's like something happens to you, some event happens to you, and you just react off of gut, and you don't think through it. And the inability to think through it, you don't put the strategy, you don't put the logic in place in order to make an appropriate decision dependent upon what's happening around you. I think just because that there's beings out there that operate in feelings doesn't change that point. I think that we always reach down into our logic bag before our feelings bag.
It's more natural
because
for us to do.
A man that is emotional or into his feeling zones is feminine. Always. There's no like ifs, ands, or buts about it, you know, because like like imagine ruling the country based off of your emotions and feelings.
We have a president that does that. But anyway, that's another little subject. This is something, this is why I love it. We might not agree on this subject. I think there's a place for emotions, a place for feelings. I think there's a place for logic. I think we're trying to understand and try to have that Venus and Mars conversation. You gotta understand, mostly men are in logic. Most of the time. If you getting all emotional, does not translate to us. It's not. But if you want the results that you want, be logical about it. Stop giving the milk if you want us to buy the cow.
Listen, bro, I don't know if she's gonna say anything else that's gonna sway my idea on anything that she's saying. I'd agree with components of what she's saying, more components to what she's saying than typically a video that I watch of hers. I will say that, like, she has some idea about male nature and how we respond in different situations. So we gotta remember her audience is women. Yes. So she's teaching women who generally go into their emotional bag about how to be logical. My thing is that, like, that's not their base. If it's not their base, then I think that there's other things that you can do, and I'm not gonna get into in this video. We gotta wrap up this video. It's going way too long. In order to still be your base, but still get to your goal. I think that there's other things that you can do, but
you gotta be sometimes. You gotta be.
No matter what.
Sometimes, bro.
All the time. Your emotions will, like, I don't know if it's sometimes, bro. Like, I feel like you have to be empathetic. You have to, like, see something that's happening, and then you say, okay, how does this person probably feel about this? But it doesn't mean that my response has to be emotional. That doesn't mean that, like, you know. So, but I know you. It seems like you disagree to a component of what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna have to agree to disagree, bro.
Oh, man,
but that's the point. That's the purpose of diversity, brother.
Love it.
That's the purpose of diversity.
I'm not gonna follow just because. We still love.
Listen, man, it's all love, man. Well, we got to continue to talk about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like at the end of the day, you know, the diverse perspectives, right? The including of diverse perspectives of people who look like us. It can do nothing better. It can do nothing more than to promote our learning in aggregate.
That's how you grow.
That's how you grow.
Yeah.
Sitting down and having conversations like this.
Yes,
so I appreciate your time, bro.
Salute.
As always.
Subscribe.
We be doing this. We got another contender over there. She's a little bit scared about coming on to the
next up. The realist.
The realist. She been scared. All right, we're gonna get her on here eventually. Questions, comments, concern, you already know what to do. Put it down in the comment box. My email address, mediocretutorialsandreviews@gmail.com. If you have video requests, if you have situations going on in your life and you need some type of solution, put it in that email. All right? Until next time, YouTube.